detective thrill me.
Thanks for joining us. We're wrapping up the Transformers franchise, and you'll probably hear a bit more excitement in my voice.
It's a bit of relief.
The last couple of episodes, it was low, it was monotone. You know, I was talking about the fucking military consistently. So, the weight has been lifted somewhat.
Got a bit of a sort of 50 Cent type glow about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a grin sort of permanently stuck
a grin and a little fucking, twinkle in the eye. Tonight we're going with Bumblebee and Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Before we get to that, Jared, we've got a lot to talk about here because it's been a couple of weeks. What have you been watching? You've been on holidays. Although you were away, though, weren't you?
I have. I was away for a little bit, but I did get a fair bit of viewing in. So some TV. I watched Vice Principals, the whole series. The whole series. Quite enjoyed it. Like it starts. The premise is excellent.
Yeah.
And Danny McBride, I have taken some shots at the bloke, but he suits that kind of role.
Yes.
And Walt Goggins, if he's not the best actor in the game, honestly, he's probably number one. I'm like, when there's a guy that turns up in anything, if it's Walt Goggins, I'm fucking loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
He's great in that.
But yeah, it's so funny early on. It starts to get very dark, and sort of the second season is more, I would say it sort of drops the comedy a bit. There's still comedy, but there's a little more drama.
The first season, I haven't seen the second season, but the first season ends fucking super dark.
Yeah. So, but I did sort of read afterwards that they sort of planned 2 seasons. It was always going to be, this is the show, goes for 2 seasons, this is what it is. So yeah, it was interesting in that regard, and it's fun to sort of have a look at the characters that they've determined from the get-go. This is just going to be it, this self-contained little thing. Here's the story we go for. I don't think it's 100% successful, and I would have liked a little more of the comedy from season 1 in season 2, but I thought it was very worthwhile watch.
Okay.
I watched, you're going to enjoy this one, our mate Johnny Cena. I watched Little Brother.
Oh, no. Jared. You would have seen this come up and said to yourself, I should not fucking watch this.
I know better. It's pretty silly. Like it's another one of these ones where it seems like they just sort of have the bones of the story and things that take place and then just let people go bonkers in the scene and sort of just ad-lib a little bit. Eric Andre gets a few laughs, Cena gets a few laughs, but it's very run-of-the-mill fare. I mean, it's Netflix. It's a Netflix original, so you kind of know where you're at. I
think so.
I watched a movie called Marshmallow, which is the setup is like summer camp slasher kind of, but it's the kids are quite young, I guess, and then you've got some of the sort of standard tropes, I guess, as the campers, but it sort of skews to a very different place as it goes.
Okay.
I quite enjoyed it. I found it interesting, and when it sort of did go to where it was going, I sort of was just open to sort of hearing it out. And like when I finished it, I was like, yeah, it's okay. But I found myself thinking about it a fair bit. So one of those type of movies.
Okay.
Went back to Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty ordinary. I remember it being great when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those ones where you kind of, it was at that time when we didn't get a lot of those special effects and it looked good enough that you thought, wow, this looks, this is fucking blowing my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
And you were of the age where you're like, I can imagine myself in the kids' shoes. But yeah, watching it nowadays, it's pretty sluggish. Not a bad little idea, but it's very, very sluggish, I thought.
Yeah.
Eight-Legged Freaks.
Oh, yeah.
Had a good old time with Eight-Legged Freaks.
It was enjoyable, if I remember correctly.
It's a pretty competently sort of put together piece. It's got all the sort of the standard bits in play. The effects are reasonably fun. It's sort of, I think it does a pretty good job of bringing back some of that sort of creature feature sort of vibe and just having some fun with it.
Yeah, okay.
got into a little bit of basketball fair. I
Mhm.
watched one of your favourites, Joanna Man.
Oh, yeah. I remember, I think I messaged you and said, I remember that being all right. But you were not not in that boat.
That was shit. I mean,
Yeah,
Miguel
okay.
Nunes is all right. Kevin Pollock's the lawyer, isn't he? The agent, sorry, isn't he? Vivica Fox is the other player, but yeah, I didn't get much out of it.
Righto.
Went into He Got Game,
He got game.
which I had not watched since it sort of first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, He Got Game's pretty good. Like, obviously, when you get Denzel in there, you're going to sort of have a floor Denzel rarely drops below.
Yeah, correct.
And it's like Ray Allen is surprisingly good as Jesus Shuttlesworth, but it does a pretty good job of putting him in that situation where it's like everyone wants something. Even the people that don't seem to want something want something.
Yeah.
Even Denzel, who's doesn't really want something, is put up to trying to get something by someone else, and there's all these forces, and it was good to sort of go back to. I think some of the best parts are when he's actually shooting the scenes of basketball.
Yeah.
And you can kind of just tell that Spike Lee loves basketball, and you just sort of get some really good stuff in the actual gameplay. You just kind of get these couple of scenes where you just find yourself getting lost in it a little bit.
Okay.
Hoosiers.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. Really enjoyed it. I was listening to one podcast beforehand that was like Hoosiers kind of set a little bit of the template of what we know as a sports movie now, but they went back and watched it and found it lacking in a lot of areas. I was like, fuck, am I just sort of blindfolded here on Hoosiers? I've got the blinkers on sort of. But I really enjoyed it again. Like, I can see where they're coming from in certain ways, but it just kind of gets me. Even like Jimmy Chitwood. I mean, that motherfucker's got like 2 lines in the whole movie. But, I finish up Hoosiers and I'm fucking sniffing around online for a Chitwood jersey. Like,
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, but Hoosiers is also one of those movies that, yes, it set that template, but it is fucking carried by a couple of fantastic performances. Like, that's Gene Hackman at his fucking best.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper.
Yep.
Is really, really good. Like it's one of those movies that's elevated by some of that too.
And I think I enjoy it now from like a coaching perspective too, having fucking done a fair bit of coaching over the journey now. Like, looking at it from that point of view, it's kind of a coach's movie. Like, I remember I'd sort of forgotten about when he first rolls into that game and he's like, 4 passes minimum. We take 4 passes. I'm kind of looking at that going, she's a bit dated. I mean, if you get a good kick ahead for a layup, you take that.
That's true. When he says it's 2 passes, then we follow out from 3-point
1
range.
pass, jack it up. But yeah, when he's like 4 passes minimum, and they show him going through some of their sets and shit, and then that one guy just starts taking it, starts dribbling and jacking it and scoring buckets.
Yeah.
But then
What's he called?
Hackman sits him and plays 4-on-5 for the rest of the game to sort of set the standard. I was like, I dig it.
Yeah, I dig that too.
You're not going to listen? You can fucking sit your ass right there.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, I still enjoyed it. I saw some of the criticisms, like they sort of mentioned about, they would have liked a little more of what Dennis Hopper, what caused Dennis Hopper to sort of crack again. Whereas I was kind of like, he's an addict.
Yeah.
He's doing fine. He's getting in there and
he's
loving
it, and then boom.
When he turns up pissed one day. That's kind of what an addict would do. It's not just a resolution. It's not I found basketball again.
Yeah, there's no reasoning behind it.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I needed a reason, but I sort of did understand. It was, what's his name? Paul Shear and Amy.
Oh yes, yeah.
Madison, I think. Yeah, they put together
reasonable.
They definitely put together their sort of well constructed sort of points as to why they didn't sort of get caught up, but I just sort of fell on the opposite side of it, I think.
Yeah, that's
really
fair.
Enjoyed it.
Fair.
Still got a bit to go. Fuck, I watched a fair bit here, but I watched The Toxic Avenger.
The new one?
The new one.
How was it?
I had fun.
Yeah.
I think it did kind of find a bit of that trauma style stuff in there at times. And I don't know if you heard at the time, but I think they forewent a marketing budget for the movie,
right,
to donate it to charities.
Right, okay.
Which possibly came back to bite them a little bit. But I thought that was a fucking really, really good thing to do for one. I think it was because it was small budget. I think it was like $1 million that they donated to charities.
Okay.
But yeah, I had a good time with it. I would definitely watch another one. Like I would sort of seek another one out and be happy to support it if it came around again. It was on Shudder. So
I know. I did see it on Shudder.
Pick it up on there. So yeah, that was it was good to finally see it because obviously I had a chance to buy it. I nearly bought it. And I probably, watching it, I would have been happy enough to own a copy. I probably will go and seek it out when if I can find it at a reasonable price. But yeah, it's because it got shelved for ages.
Yeah.
Or was doing the festival circuit for a while. So we heard about it it was like 2 or 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
And then when it finally came out here, the cinema run was super short and it was sort of a long time coming. So it's hard to kind of wait for a movie for that long and then have it knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good fun. And Cape Fear.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I watched. Well, I kicked off the new season of House of the Dragon as well.
Oh yeah.
Which was par for the course. I'll tell you one thing about Game of Thrones though is they're just like character deaths are just early on. It was just like surprising.
Yeah.
Now it's just like fuck, anyone can die at any time. We know this, so the impact of that sort of stuff just doesn't land anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's still pretty good quality. They pump so much money into it, and if you enjoyed the previous ones, you're going to get enough with what I've seen so far of this one. But yeah, Cape Fear. We need to talk about Cape Fear because I'm assuming, did you get a couple more episodes?
No, I haven't. I have not got past the 3rd episode. That was where I was at.
Okay.
It gets fucking super weird, I heard.
I haven't watched the most recent one, which is episode 7. So I'm up to episode 6, finished episode 6.
Yeah.
It's kind of, some of the things I was concerned about have sort of
blossomed,
come home to roost,
have grown.
Yeah. Like
a fester, Jared.
It's going to be really fucking hard. Number one, I think we mentioned the kids, and like the expansion of this story requiring more from them, and whether that was going to pan out. They're going to have to do some real fucking work to turn the son's story into anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a schmozzle. Absolute schmozzle. The daughter, I quite like the actress. She's getting a bit more to do. But like everyone else in the show, it just requires them to make some real baffling choices. And some real stupid decisions over and over. Javier Bardem's still having some fun, which I'm enjoying. But it's just like the stuff that it's taken to sort of get to this point, you're just kind of sitting there scratching your head going, how did you guys pass the bar?
Yeah. You're lawyers, are you?
There's some stuff going on from all and sundry. The son is just like, he's very, very difficult to, like, he doesn't get a lot of time, but in the time he does, it becomes really clear that he's fucking severely, like, he's quite mentally ill.
Yeah.
And so it's another one of these ones where you're just kind of sitting there going, someone's fucking requesting a little more assistance in this scenario. The stuff they're giving the actor to do, you're just kind of looking at it going, they've given him one scene really where you can try to get on board with him, and everything else is just making him, I think they're trying to make it like sympathetic.
Yeah.
But you sort of, some of it you're looking at going, dude, like, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to sort of get down the path of, I'm really sympathetic for him and the family at this point. The daughter, you actually do get a little bit of that. But then, episode 6, things sort of started to go off the rails a bit for me. And there was all sorts of shit going on in episode 6. So, yeah, I think it's going to be really hard to salvage it from here for me.
How long is it? 10 episodes or 8?
I think it's going to be, I thought it was 8, but I actually think it might be 10. I think it's 10. Initially, I thought it was 8, but I believe it's 10. So...
Is this just another one of these, like, oh, we've got a property and...
Yeah,
we've attached some really good actors.
I think so. Because honestly, Amy Adams, I think she's a fantastic actress. She's just, I don't know what's going on.
Phoning
in this
it? Phoning?
I think it's just possibly a strange choice of how to approach it.
Okay.
But she's being really. You've seen a couple of
Yes, I
episodes.
have,
She's got that really reserved delivery and cool, calm, and collected, and never sort of flying off the handle, and that just stays. And it's just sort of like there's scenarios where it just peaks a touch, but I don't know. It's really hard. And Patrick Wilson is just kind of Mr. Dependable in what but he's kind of similar. He's just at one level. There's a couple of points where he starts to show a little bit, but it's I don't know. I wouldn't. They've thrown a lot of cash at it, but I think it's just going to land where the original's probably considered a Hollywood classic.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say the '90s one is a classic or very good at least.
Yeah.
This one's just going to be.
What the fuck was this?
What do we do with this one?
Right,
Yeah.
well, I still got to check it out.
Yeah. Look,
I've got another month.
I'm sort of entertained by watching it. I'm not disliking.
You're entertained, Jared.
I'm not disliking the experience of watching it, but I'm watching it. My eyebrows are starting to. I come out of the show with like strained eyebrows because of the times I'm kind of raising them, and go, or creasing my eyes, going, what are we doing?
What the fuck
here?
are we doing here? Yeah. Oh well, that's interesting. That's interesting because I did hear from others that it was kind of getting a bit out there,
Loose.
Yeah, getting a touch loose.
Yeah. I think my message to you after episode 6 might have been she's lost me.
Yeah. Something's happened. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
What else you got?
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spent a fair bit of time on the TV.
I did a little bit of TV. I'm up to episode 6 of Widow's Bay. I like Widow's Bay. I didn't like episode 6. I was like, what
Which one was that again?
The
Is that
one where it
Hamish
goes back in
Linklater?
time?
Yeah. Oh, I thought the back in time ones were very well done.
They were well done, but I was just bored fucking silly. And the thing for me was you kind of had me with especially with the episode about the put upon. I can't remember her name. She wants to put on that gig.
Oh yeah, that was excellent.
That episode was awesome.
Yeah.
Right? And then this just kind of flattened it. And to me, we seem to be going a little bit further away from the comedic element and going into the horror element, which I'm okay with. I got nothing against that because I'm into horror.
Somewhat.
But I like the fact I liked the early going because it was kind of fucking.
It was very funny.
It was funny.
Yeah.
But then there were those little moments of horror where you started to realise something's not right.
Yeah.
But I feels a little bit like we've tipped over into that.
Yeah.
And again, there's still a couple of episodes left, so it may come back into it.
I think it really is only the flashback where you don't really have the quirky characters around.
Yeah, and it just kind of stopped momentum a little bit.
Interesting. Yeah, I really
so it'll be
like
interesting
those
to see
episodes.
how I feel when we get back to present day,
Yeah.
the island. I also watched the first 3 seasons of Scrubs. Looking back on it, it's not as good as it used to be. But it's actually not the main characters that get me. It's the secondary characters.
Mm.
You know, the Kelsos, the Coxes, the fucking Todds, these sorts of characters, they get my, like, that's where the laughs come.
Absolutely.
Like JD's
Todd.
just a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
And the problem is we need him because he's got to move us around the board.
Yeah.
So we do need him, but he's incredibly difficult to watch.
Yeah.
And
it kind of asks him to be consistently flawed because every episode he's got to fucking learn something.
yeah, but it's also the performance.
Yeah.
He's fucking way over the top. He's irritating at times.
Mm.
The performance is not as good as I remember, or as the slack maybe I would have given it back in the day. Dr. Cox, like, that's the performance that you're looking for.
Yeah.
He's super over the top when he's fucking berating him.
Yeah.
But when we get to the emotional stuff, especially the stuff with Brendan Fraser, remember when his mate?
Yeah.
He fucking nails it.
Yes.
He nails that stuff.
Well, that's because Johnny McGinley.
Well, he's a great actor.
Fantastic actor.
I just find
Reminded me of his comedic chops in Office Space too.
yeah, it's fucking great stuff.
Brilliant.
He's only in that movie for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
It's fucking brilliant.
It's fantastic.
I will say that I kind of like Elliot, but then I kind of don't. It fluctuates.
Yeah.
Because I think her character has some interesting angles, but they kind of don't do it well.
It's funny that you mentioned Todd. He's one of those ones where you kind of forget about him. But I recall his strike rate being fucking top shelf. Almost every time
There's
he
an
pops up,
episode where
it's like funny.
they made a mistake in the operating theatre, and I think it had something to do with shaving a guy's fucking genitals, and they'd fucked something up, and it was supposed to be an appendectomy, and they cocked it all up, and Todd comes in and goes, "Oh, the guy in here, he's got this or whatever," and he stops and looks down, and, obviously there's a shaved genitals, and he goes, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Yeah.
Like, that shit got laughs because those characters were in and out,
Yeah.
right?
You know who else I loved? I can't remember his name, but he was the guy that was constantly fucking everything up.
Oh,
Like anytime he showed up, it was because he fucked
Dr.
up.
P Pants, whatever he used to call him. It's Dr. He ends up in the morgue.
Yeah, and I think eventually every time you saw him, he's just he fucks something up, and he kind of just be, kind of.
Yeah. So I still enjoy the show, and still gets laughs, but I feel like the better stuff is actually in the background, and it comes more to the fore as it goes along. And then I went to some films, watched The Sheep Detectives, fucking loved it.
Yeah, I've heard it's excellent.
Fucking loved it.
Yep.
I hate talking animal films. I fucking hate them with a passion. And I caved because I saw it was there.
Yeah.
And I said, look, I've heard nothing but good things about this. So we're going to give it a go. And even though, my dislike for talking animal movies is high, it's fucking funny. It's emotional. It's the mystery's not particularly strong. That's probably its weakest point. I picked the mystery almost within about 15 minutes. Jackman's always great. And then they get Emma Thompson for like 20 minutes just fucking acting, like a fucking bitch and stuff, which I thought was funny. It really nails it. It was really, really good. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. I then went to a couple of older slasher films that I wouldn't recommend. Urban Legend and Urban Legend's Final Cut. Which, honest to goodness, Final Cut is the absolute nadir of the fucking slasher movie era in
Doesn't
that period.
Have your mate Anson Mount?
It does.
Who's in it?
Yeah. Anson Mount. It is one of those movies where the fucking execs thought we can put any old piece of shit on here and people will flock. And they soon found, no, people have actually got tired of fucking slasher movies that make no sense and all this frog shit that goes into this movie, which is, it's just lunacy.
You didn't round out the series.
I did. I've still got the third one there. Oof. I bet you it's better than fucking. I'll bet it's better than fucking Final Cut.
No, I think you're wrong there.
I'm gonna fucking bet.
I think you're wrong. I don't recall
Urban Legend is also crap, but it's more stylish crap. It's better directed. There's a couple of scenes. The Urban Legend sequences are actually okay. The second one, I mean, they don't even bother with the fucking Urban Legends. Like,
that's the problem.
She's making this movie, and I'm just thinking this student film, and it's about urban legends, and they show some scenes getting shot, and I'm like, this is the worst fucking student film ever. Like no one, the fucking
what's the party
professor? The professor would have been just like, this is crap.
Yeah.
Like, don't even fucking give me this.
Yeah. Like, I recall when we first were getting hit with trailers from Urban Legend and stuff like that, my excitement levels were fucking through the roof. Through the roof. When they started bringing up the whole, there's going to be the dogs licking the hand and all that sort of shit, I'm like, this is a fucking great idea. This is going to be fucking fantastic.
And then in practice, shocking idea.
It didn't quite land. I think even then, as a 17 or something when it came out, I came out of the cinemas going, yeah, that wasn't.
That was
great.
not good. So neither of them were great. And then the last one, Jared, where I'm gonna throw maybe a little bit of controversial stuff around. I don't know. I watched Punisher Warzone, and honestly, fucking better movie than the Lundgren and the Thomas Jane. And
that's a big call for you.
Fucking Ray Stevenson wipes the floor with that pair.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
You know what? At one point in time, Ray Stevenson was the best Punisher.
Yeah.
Before John Bernthal took it on, Stevenson was the best. And you know why? Because his Punisher is more like Bernthal's.
Yeah.
The silent, the kind of like, the hulking kind of not really talking much, the backstory briefly.
Well, if I recall correctly, Ray Stevens stayed away from civil sort of institutions, didn't rock up to the steps of
so what
City
the fuck's
Hall.
going on? I am a vigilante, but I'm here to find out what you've been doing.
As far as I can tell, his rent was paid. So he didn't have to...
We never had to see him paying rent. I'll tell you why it's good. Why it was good for me. It looks like a comic book.
Yeah.
The way it's shot, like they're using certain colours in different scenes. The violence is fucking through the roof. I mean, he's fucking murdering people at a high clip.
Yep.
We get brief flashbacks that his family were killed. That's it.
Yep.
They don't go into it. Ray is monosyllabic. He barely fucking speaks, but he's big and imposing. And apart from some shocking performances by the villains, fucking...
I recall Dominic West going a bit out there. A bit crazy.
His accent, his New York accent is fucking shit ass.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, he kind of takes... It's kind of like when Tommy Lee Jones was trying to do a bit of the Joker.
Yes.
The Two-Face.
Yes.
I recall
it's bad.
Dominic West doing a little bit of that.
It's really bad. And then you throw in Dougie Hutchison. His is even worse. And he's an American. West has at least got an excuse he's not from America.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it fucking delivered exactly what the Punisher was.
I think there's a fair argument to say it's the best of the first, best of the Lundgren, Jane, Stevenson era.
Well, honest to goodness, the Jane one's the worst.
What, you say you miss Johnny Travolta?
No, Travolta. I will say this: Travolta's a decent villain.
Yeah.
If Travolta had been plugged into Warzone, I think you've got an extra. You go up an extra step.
The Thomas Jane one just felt strange.
Well,
there was just things happening where I was like,
the Thomas Jane one didn't understand the fucking material.
No, I didn't think so.
Like this one understood. We do not need to waste our fucking time telling another origin story. This guy's been punishing people for years by the time we run into him.
Yeah.
Right? So I kind of dug it. I actually kind of dug this one. All right, that's all I had, though. Before we get to anything, I know we've been shitting our crapping on, so we're only going to give it 2 minutes. Finally dropped a teaser for Crystal Lake. Went for about a minute, didn't it?
Yep.
Handful of little sequences, little bits and pieces.
Couple of photos of Linda Cardinelli in different things as well.
Fucking... I got excited.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would.
Well, she actually looks... There was a couple of the pictures where I was like, fuck, she actually looks like a young Betsy Palmer in a couple of these. So I was getting more of the Mrs. Voorhees vibe. But yeah, the teaser obviously barely shows anything, but it looked right.
Yes.
It looked like...
Well,
it looked almost like it had that old sort of... Like an old Polaroid kind of tinge to how it looked.
But also, I said this, might have been just today, going back and looking at her backstory and then kind of butting it up against the first movie is actually kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah.
And remember that comic book series they
Pamela's
did?
Tale.
It was well received, if I remember correctly.
Yes. And it So I remember it being the scene where she picks up, I always forget her name, but the first, is it Chris? No, not Chris. The first girl that she picks up.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Where in the movie, it's just her talking to the camera.
Yes.
Because you're not supposed to see Mrs. Voorhees. And they reframe that whole thing with you see Mrs. Voorhees talking with her and then flashing back.
Yes.
To fill in the bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And it was a really great sort of, I remember picking it up and reading the first issue. I think I got the first issue and didn't get the others for some reason. But I remember picking it up and reading it and going, wow, that's an awesome way to sort of frame this story.
And I feel like that's where they've, what the possibilities could be.
Yeah.
Here. And look, I understand the fans, but we don't necessarily need Jason. We might need some of Jason, young Jason.
Yep.
But this is a self-contained story, in my opinion. You've got a fucking top-notch actress in the role.
Yeah.
If you get some quality here, A24, they've had some missteps over time, but they've also stretched and looked for interesting material. If they get this right, not having Jason is not a big problem.
Oh, well, I look at something like Bates Motel, which was a huge surprise. Like, I loved that show when I watched it. And I wasn't even a huge sort of Psycho fan, but I just loved that they went with that approach of like, okay, well, what was it like between Norman and Mum when she was still here?
Yeah.
And they really, really did some great things with that. So I'm hoping for something similar here.
Yeah.
And, I guess the question that's on everyone's lips is, are we going to get plenty of Steve Christie? I get a hint.
Yeah. Can't wait to see that fucking.
If it's not someone with the world's biggest mustache,
and also somewhat of a sexual harasser, there's oh hi, what are you doing out here?
Yeah. Definitely.
Basically, we once had sex. That's basically how that's been framed, in my opinion.
It seems to be the case for anyone that lives in Crystal.
Yes. Oh, yeah, Steve Christie was
male and female.
Steve Christie was sniffing around. The mustache, the fucking beret or whatever he used to have around his neck or whatever it is. The fucking cravat, tied around his neck at one point. All right, that's everything. Let's move on. Let's take a break here, and then let's come back, and here's the trailer for 2018's Bumblebee.
Where did you come from? Is there anyone that can help you? Oh, me.
We must find B-127.
Please tell me they're on our side.
They literally call themselves Decepticons. That doesn't set off any red flags.
I backed me!
Stay safe, soldier. I am coming.
Wow. Bumblebee from 2018, directed by Travis Knight, who directed Masters of the Universe. It's written by Christina Hodson, who wrote Birds of Prey. It's produced by Michael Bay, Tom DeSanto, Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, Don Murphy, and Mark Varadian. It stars Haley Steinfeld as Charlie, George Lindbergh Jr. as Memo, John Cena as Agent Burns. The budget was about $125 million. The box office, 135 million, apologies, and the box office was 467 million, which was another drop. I think the last night did about 600.
Yeah. Was that the lowest in the series?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Criminal.
Criminal. I'm going to come straight out. I'm going to open this up. 4 out of 5. This proves that you don't need to fucking blow shit up and have robots bashing each other for fucking 2 hours and 45 minutes to make a Transformers movie work. It's fun. It's exciting. It's funny in parts. It's got some fucking emotional resonance to it. It's 2 hours, Jared. Not fucking 2 hours 40. They do a great job sort of showing us, like, when we first see the Transformers, they're all the old ones. The designs are all the old ones, and it sticks that way throughout. The military is barely in it. No, not barely, but, like, the military stuff is really secondary. And across 5 films, Jared, I did not see a performance ever in those 5 movies. And this one has a fucking fantastic performance by Haley Steinfeld that carries the movie. And the fact that, I mean, Travis Knight needs a pat on the back too, because you've got to get that performance out of her. And you're working pretty much with CGI, so you're probably staring at a fucking green box for a lot of it. So I think, you know, a real great effort from everyone involved turns this into a real fucking ripper. This is a blockbuster that really works. This is how they should be made.
Yep, definitely agree. I went for 3.5, verging on a 4, but yeah, it's just, I mean, fuck, talk about a fucking breath of fresh air.
I know.
Oh, Christ. I was just watching it, basically every scene, I was like, yes, this is what it's supposed to look like.
Yes.
It's just pulling it back to a much more personal story.
Yep.
Allowing the characters fucking room to breathe a little bit. As you said, sense of fun, sense of wonder. Like, there's definitely, like, vibes of old Spielberg.
Yeah.
Like, more than once, I was thinking very much of something like E.T.
Yes.
And it's just, I mean, fuck. It was so good after that grueling 5-movie stretch before. No Mark Wahlberg in sight. And just, like, as you said, you get the Wahlbergs in the series prior to this. And you just, I mean, for 2 movies, I thought Mark Wahlberg's character's a pain in the ass.
Yes.
Haley Steinfeld, like you said, absolutely nails it.
5 minutes, we got more nuance from her than we got from anybody.
It just gives the series a bit of sort of emotional heart that I think they were looking for somewhat with the first go around with Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
But
even
it
then,
just didn't find it like this one did.
Even then, looking at the first one and the same tone they were taking, which was first car, that type of thing.
Yep.
Chalk and cheese.
Just a much surer hand.
Chalk and cheese.
Yeah. So, I think strong 3.5. I was verging on a 4 at a number of points. Maybe the 3.5 came when I saw John Cena on the back of having watched Little Brother.
Well, I've got things to say about John. But straight out of the gate for the likes, Haley Steinfeld is fucking excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, maybe it's because I've just watched 5 movies of absolute fucking shit, right? But I don't think it is. I think it's a great performance. And they take time.
Yeah.
They spend time.
Yep.
We know her. We know that character. We get to know her. Before Bumblebee even turns up, we've spent 20 minutes with her. We've seen the family. We've seen where she worked. The 80s fucking shit works a treat. Putting in the 1980s is fantastic.
The songs they're picking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know that she's kind of somewhat tomboyish. Her father had a big influence on her.
Yep.
You know, she desperately wants a car. It's a graduation present.
But also just being able to, in that sort of opening 20, show us that, okay, the connection to her father and the connection to the car.
Yes.
Are one and the same. They're very strong.
Yes.
For a reason, right? And it's like, you could say, all right, well, they're playing things we've seen before, but I don't care. I don't
Do
mind.
it well.
Do it well.
And that's
right.
what they've done. They've done it well.
Yes.
But on top of all that, she is the reason why that relationship between her and Bumblebee works.
Yep.
Because Bumblebee is fucking not even there. Right? So to get that kind of performance and bring those emotional beats near the end to that when you're basically acting with a fucking inanimate object and you won't even see what is there until later.
Yeah.
Is a real fucking, it's a feat. Like, it's a big effort to get that, and she nails it. So it actually has a core. But the movie's got a strong character-driven core.
Yep.
Which you know, she deserves a lot of credit for this movie being as good as it actually is.
Yeah, for sure.
So a lot of kudos there. A lot of kudos. Continuing on, coming of age angle. This shit works a treat fucking 50% of the time, Jared. It works every time. Just like Sex Panther. It's exactly the same. But you know what I mean? Like, that coming of age angle should have been where the first one was going. But it didn't quite go that way very well in the first movie. It was kind of clunky. I think it was kind of there, but it wasn't. This takes it the right way, but also just delivers that, you know, she's working at the fucking fun fair. You know, we're hearing this 80s fucking classic music in the background.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like, you know, it's the summer. You know, like, all those little elements help.
Yeah.
To sell that.
It's just it just gives you a sense that they've fucking taken some time to craft character and story.
Yeah.
Which I hate to kick Michael again, but you rarely see that in the previous stretch.
He was not into it.
No. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just get a shorter pair of shorts on me.
Blow some shit up right now. So all of that stuff looks really good, that throwback kind of angle.
Yep.
And that then comes to, you know, Travis Knight's efforts. Like, it was much needed that we changed hands in the director's chair. And the guy's got a pretty sure hand with this stuff. He seems to know what works. He seems to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
Get some performances. Although he doesn't get one performance.
Okay.
And he shoots the action clean.
Yeah.
I can see what's happening.
Oh, fuck. I mean, that was one of the best things about this one from where we'd come from, is that I was rarely confused about what was going on in this one.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So kudos to Travis Knight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I heard it mentioned that perhaps, and it makes sense, is that perhaps because he comes from an animation background where everything has to be planned, because you're not shooting it, you're fucking creating it and animating it. Like, essentially your storyboarding process is creating the whole movie.
Yes.
Perhaps more in depth and spending a bit more time on that stuff is where you get a bit more of quality in this movie.
That's where he delivers.
And I think in something like the action scenes, that's where it's probably best. It's not just what's big that we can blow up. He's probably thinking about every fucking camera move and every, you know, what it's showing a little more in this one.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely. The humour, just that little ripple of humour. It's not like too much.
No.
Ron, loved him.
Yeah,
loved Ron.
From Ron.
Loved Ron. And Ron is a handful of scenes.
Yes.
So they never kind of go, oh, Ron's got a couple of laughs out of it, so let's fucking shovel him in there more and more. So they resist the urge.
Yep.
And they keep just sprinkling the humour through. It's not fucking belly laughs.
No.
But it's...
There was one, but other than that, yeah.
But it works. It works.
It does.
And it just lightens the mood, Jared. Fuck, the mood's been so fucking down.
So dour.
It's just, it was just such a nice touch to have that.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like, you know, it was when I turned this on, Adam, it felt like I was sitting in a fucking warm bath for 90 minutes. 'Cause after where we'd come from, I was just like, oh my God, this is
Jared,
just
I was
concerned.
I was concerned that it wasn't going to be as good as I remember.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, fuck. Is this going to be like 2 stars? Because I don't know if I can take this.
But no,
No, it
landed
wasn't.
pretty well.
The Autobots and the Decepticons look, when we first see them on Cybertron
Yeah.
in the shootout, they are the
So good.
exact fucking replicas of the toys.
Yeah. Yep.
From Starscream. I think we
And
haven't seen a
fuck,
Shockwave.
wouldn't you know it? I could tell who everyone was.
Yes. Starscream, Soundwave,
Soundwave was there.
and then we see a Shockwave in the background at one point. I don't think we see Megatron though, do we? I don't think we see Megatron.
I don't think we did.
Megatron's the only one missing.
Mm.
But that, like, it was just good to see him.
Yeah.
Not that busy fucking shit that we had in the previous movies where they look like, shit's hanging off them and there were wires and cables and
It was just like, when you see them there, you're just like, God damn, why didn't we do this earlier?
from the get-go.
Because they look fantastic.
Yeah. And the opening scene is 3 minutes and quickly establishes why Bumblebee is on Earth. So it drops Bumblebee on Earth within about 3 minutes.
Yep.
And it tells us why he's there. In a 3-minute stretch, Jared. It didn't require fucking 40 minutes to explain it. So, I mean, again, I was so happy about that.
Yeah. Also, I've sort of been quite clear about how I feel about the military and any other secret unit of some sort. We get one pretty early here, but it's smaller scale and it's
Very
a bit
small.
of fun to begin with.
Small scale, they're barely involved. They're just basically in the chase. And then they have some play throughout, but it's not.
Yeah, but they sort of establish Cena and his crew pretty early and pretty quickly. It's just like, this is what is going on. And then they involve them, but it never feels like it needs to be a major through line. Which is the mistake that I think a couple of fucking pretty much all the Bay movies made. They're there and they're a distraction or a hurdle to overcome at times, but it's not too much.
No, and we've spent more time building that relationship between Charlie and Bumblebee that when the military comes back, you're not like, well, we need them back to push the story along. Not, why the fuck is Josh Duhamel here?
Yes, that's right.
What's he doing?
Yep.
Other than run around yelling about on my six and all this kind of fucking shite they were going on about. The way they bring the Decepticons down, again, simple and effective. She turns Bumblebee on. His body gives out a signal.
Yep.
They pick it up. They come down to Earth to find him. Simple, effective. We don't need to hear from fucking, gigantic planets and fucking weirdo things fucking sit around and old Transformers with fucking grey beards and stuff. Like, we don't need to hear any of that bullshit.
All that shit.
Right? I'm going to throw a quick kudos to the vocal work of the 2 key Decepticons, which is Angela Bassett and Justin Theroux, I think. Solid. They're the only 2 that you hear from.
Well,
essentially,
I think having just the 2 of them
Yeah.
was a wise move because, again, it kept it fucking contained.
We didn't need 50 of the fuckers.
Yeah, we didn't need them all over the place. We didn't need little ones with fucking bad hair. We didn't need, you know, a crew that had mugshots wearing bling and shit like that. Like it's
or little fucking things going around going
talking
making
to
weird fucking noises.
talking to
and
themselves
shit.
about how hot Megan Fox was and shit like that.
Fuck is happening? Oh God.
No, I think it just like the rest of the movie, everything it did was just fucking focused and contained. Like
Yeah.
it didn't get too fucking big for its boots at any point, really.
Yeah. I really liked when she finally realises he's not a car.
Mm.
When she gets underneath and she
Yeah.
finds his face, and then he kind of transforms around her, like
Yeah.
comes up. I thought that was it was a really great shot, and it was really good.
They do a lot of good stuff. Like, obviously, the relationship between Charlie and Bumblebee is excellent, and where I sort of mentioned about, like, Spielberg and E.T., like the way they're trying to bridge the communication gap and stuff like that, and you know, both struggling to find a place. But I think in the lead up, like, there's just some really good work. Like, before she even brings him home, there's that sequence where she's inside the car and sort of sitting in it for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, they're just spending a couple of minutes to make this shit so much more personal.
Yes.
And, you know, focusing on one Transformer and one character, it's just like, yeah, I'll probably lose track of the amount of times I say breath of fresh air.
It is. It is.
But yeah, so much. It was just so sorely missed that when you get it, it's really good.
Yes. And then we kind of hammer it home a little bit with that whole scene where she puts the record on at home.
Yeah.
And starts talking about her dad.
Yep.
You know, we then, that's again, we create a character that's fucking got flaws,
yeah. And
things
again,
that
a little
they're
bit of
dealing
humour.
with, and a little bit of humour.
What is he? He spits out the Smiths or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
and that was important.
yeah.
Like, you didn't give a shit. Like, Shia LaBeouf's character had none of this.
No.
None.
Was it? Yeah, no, that's right. No, I'm thinking of a different part. But no, that's right. That's exactly, like, LaBeouf would have gone perfectly fine in this kind of setup because that humour and the awkward...
Yeah, could have worked.
It could have worked really well, but he never got this to go with. So it's just nice to see the whole fucking picture crafted.
Yes,
with
correctly.
Yeah.
And, you know, by the time we got to the Wahlberg movies, I mean, fuck, it was Paycheck Central.
Oh,
like, nobody cared. There's some care here.
Yeah.
Which I think is important to note, that there's actually a bit of care.
My one belly laugh?
Yeah.
When the Decepticons get the signal and we come across it as the pair living in the trailer that are arguing.
Yeah.
Fuck, I laughed when she busts out and starts telling him she's leaving or whatever. She's like, give me one good reason. He says, give me one good reason why. And she goes, because you're trying to sleep with my sister. And he goes, unsuccessfully.
Yes. Yes.
That was so...
gold.
I think part of the reason it worked was because, as you said, we just spent this time bringing it down, getting emotional, crafting these characters, and then we get these two fucking buffoons and drop a line like that.
Yep.
And I was caught off guard, and I fucking burst out laughing.
But it's placed that humour with these two characters that we're only going to see for 5 minutes. It works better that way.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're establishing a character and a pairing between Charlie and Bumblebee for a significant period. Now we want to have a laugh and we want to bring the Decepticons in. So let's fucking have a laugh there.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's sort of here when we start to get the Decepticons and it becomes, to me, clear that not involving Megatron was a really good move.
Yes.
Because I don't think we'd ever got him right.
No.
For all the stuff that the previous movies did, I think, you know, the way that they placed Optimus was pretty good at times.
Yeah.
Megatron was never done very well. So it was just like, I think the decision to just say, let's just go with something different
was a good one.
Wise.
Let me give you another wise decision. To not turn the relationship between Charlie and Memo into a romantic one.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Fucking smart. Because we sort of skirt around it.
Well, it stays sort of
there.
awkward teen.
Teen, but it kind of never gets past kind of platonic friendship to a degree. Maybe slightly more than that, but that's it.
Well, it's taken its time.
Yes.
Like the rest of it.
And I just appreciate that. We didn't need it. Because the relationship we're building is between Charlie and Bumblebee.
Yep.
Right? So Memo's there, but he's still the secondary relationship we're building.
Yeah.
So don't spend time having them becoming in a romantic entanglement, which we've got to slightly untangle, waste more time slightly untangling it as well. when we're trying to deal with the key relationship. So I think it was a really smart idea to put that kind of on the back burner.
Yeah, definitely.
And just play it for almost like maybe we might get there, but we're not going to get there now.
Yep.
I appreciate that. I thought that was good.
Yeah. What about, in the midst of all that, the inclusion of the touch?
You got the touch. You got the power. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I would. Speaking of Mark Wahlberg, I would prefer
Wish it was him singing it,
fucking ridiculous version that he rolls out in fucking Boogie Nights. But great, smart, nostalgic touch point.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like you had to do this.
Yes,
but it's not fucking. It's done well. It's just included in amongst other stuff.
Yes,
in a fashion that's like
not forced.
Yeah, I can have this.
Not forced into the proceedings.
Yeah.
The little car chase where you've got like it's a short little car chase with the cops. And Memo and her are kind of getting to know each other better, and Bumblebee's doing some cool things.
He goes up the walls.
Goes up the walls and things like that. Breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
we didn't have 50 fucking cop cars and they're all blowing up.
I tell you what it was, Adam. It was focused. You could tell that they planned. They're like, okay, well, what's it going to look like? They didn't just have Michael Bay in a meeting with executives with a couple of Transformers figures going boom, boom, boom. This is what it's going to look like. And shit's going to be fucking going everywhere.
Script notes that have explosion, fight, like a dick, like all sorts of fucking silly looking things written on it. And the execs are like, I'll do whatever you got to do. Like, we don't care.
I mean, because that is just, it's the complete opposite of how you would describe the Bay stuff in his stretch of movies. Like, so much of that action stuff is just so overdone and too long and fucking just, you'd watch it and you'd feel like your eyes were being fucking hit with one of those little, like your eyes in like a little ninja blender or something. Like,
again, a nice little piece of humour when Bumblebee slips out of the garage into the house.
Yeah,
and starts fucking tiptoeing around everywhere and smashing everything up. Smashing everything up.
Yeah.
Like, nice little slapstick humour.
Yes.
And again, gives the car some personality.
Yeah.
Which is very hard to do with these things. I mean, no one has achieved this until now.
Yeah, that's right. But it didn't take much. Just took a little bit of thought and care.
Focus, Jared. Focus. Laser.
But this is going to... It took so long to get here. But fucking Cena's little crew, they come out with weapons that incapacitate Transformers.
Correct.
Who'd have fucking thought?
Electrical pulse things and shit.
In the 80s.
Yes.
So when we look at it as a prequel, we're wondering why they didn't do that in the
later films. Let's use proper bullets.
Yeah.
Because they have been so successful against gigantic fucking robots.
Yeah.
I really also like that car chase where Ron's involved.
Yeah.
And you've got it's got a humorous element. The four cars almost collide, but they stop. It's almost like a shot at the Bay movies, a touch.
Somewhat, yeah.
Because nothing hits and then one car goes over the top. And I was like, in Bay's movie, everything would have blown up.
Yeah, that's right.
Every single vehicle on the road would have blown up.
Yeah, it was more in keeping with what they'd sort of put together.
Yes. There's a fantastic shot towards the end when she's running towards the antenna and Bumblebee and Dropkick are fighting and they're above her. The camera's looking up. So she's running and the camera's looking up and the two Transformers are above her, like almost they're grappling and shit and stuff's getting busted and falling around her and that. It's fucking awesome shot because everything's going at full speed too. It's not like a slow-mo or anything like that. I thought that was really, really cool visual flourish that was added. I liked the final blue.
Yeah.
When Bumblebee and Shatter are fucking going at it and Shatter's giving him a good fucking touch up.
Yes.
But he keeps kind of getting back in and then he kind of, you think he's done and he fires the projectile into the dam thing and it breaks.
Mm-hmm.
It was just well played. And it also nicely segued into her whole diving.
Yeah, we knew that was
exploits.
going to come back at some point, but
Correct,
I was
but it
satisfied.
sort of came back well.
Yeah.
Like, it was a little corny.
It was
but
a little
fuck.
corny, but satisfactory.
Satisfactory indeed.
Before that all sort of went down, I mentioned the intro to Cena and his crew,
Yeah.
but I actually think that storyline actually works because the Decepticons sort of bridge that, you know, they come to them
And they
and
say,
sort of put
we can
this
do
thing
this. And they
together.
kind of sweet talk them.
Yeah,
a
and
little
you
bit.
get that one guy that's like, yeah, this is fucking what we should do, blah, blah, blah. And I think there's a little ways to attempting to explain why everyone in Bay's movies like, we shouldn't trust these guys and fucking, you know, even though they've demonstrated it 4 times, there's still another person going, this is bullshit. They shouldn't be allowed to do this.
Yes.
So I think it's and like I said initially, it's not too much. It's just kind of like it gives them an avenue to do what they need to do to involve some things that can complicate briefly before we get to
Yes.
the finale,
The finale.
where there's none of that fucking shit's involved.
But also, that's also where the vocal stuff works. Because Angela Bassett has one of those voices where in those scenes she lays on the charm and she fucking sweet talks it up. And then in the sequences when there's anger involved, she can give you that. She can turn that right on.
Yep.
So, yeah, I agree. I like the fact that the Decepticons kind of came to them and said, look, just let us have a look through your shit.
Yeah.
Like,
And that one
we're
dude's
not
like,
going to hurt anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine. So I kind of dug that. I did dig that. And it was a reason for the military to still be around.
Yep.
But in a small capacity. So I kind of dug that. My last one, just that shot of Bumblebee and Optimus driving across the Golden Gate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Golden Gate. Awesome.
Fucking awesome way to end it.
Yep.
To showcase they're back together.
Mm-hmm.
Optimus was there. You know, he's arrived and he's with them. Like, I just thought that was such a cool way to fucking send it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And it's interesting because even though I didn't like the second movie anywhere near as much than the second movie we're going to cover, I think the end of that is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking awesome. In fact, more than awesome, I think that's one of the best fucking Easter eggs I've seen in the whole series. But we'll get to that.
I had one last like.
Mm-hmm.
Back to life.
Oh, yeah.
Back to life. I'm like, listen, it's a pleasing little pop number, but when you watch it in this context, it just gave me such a vibe of the time when everything had a soundtrack and a fucking lead single and whatever. And I'm just like, we've set the whole movie in the 80s.
Yeah. Sounds like the 80s.
This fits beautifully. It sounds like an 80s kind of pop song. It's referencing the fucking characters in the movie. It's bringing me back to a time in the 80s where we used to have that fucking, you know, the soundtrack meant something. I was just like, yeah, this is just such a good touch.
Spot on. Very similar to how I felt about the Lady Gaga song from Maverick. Where when I've heard that, I was like, this sounds like the kind of shit that was going around in the 80s.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
like,
fucking,
and it hit.
Especially when you get Diane Warren to fucking write
She
it.
fucking rips her up.
Rips
I
through
found
another-
this.
I saw this. I found this one laying around. Might not go number 1, but she's probably a top 10 at least.
It's like that fucking scene in the Milli Vanilli doco where she says, oh yeah, they were doing this song and I had this shit. Yeah, I said, do you want that? Right,
Yeah, cough it up.
All right, dislikes. Cena. He's flat, Jared.
Doesn't have the range of
He's
Batista.
flat.
in this.
He's flat. This is early Cena. This was kind of before he became. We saw the charisma and the that he had he now has quite a nice sort of touch, comedic timing. I mean, not in Little Brother. I believe he failed to deliver there, but he's got that now, and he's got the charisma. but there's not a lot on show here.
No.
He's
not.
shortchanged a bit because he's not really in it that much.
Yeah, he's kind of fine because it's a small role, but he's not. Yeah, he's not.
The Karasama's not there.
No, it's not. If you're not asking him to get into some fights or do a little bit of the comedic that plays off, oh, you're a gigantic man that can make us laugh a little bit, then why are we bothering?
Correct. And that brings me to the villains. They are also shortchanged a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't spend a lot of time with them. We don't really craft them a great deal. It works. It's serviceable because we want to spend our time with Bumblebee and Charlie. So I can forgive it for that because I feel like some of the Bay stuff tried to give us too much more of villains that didn't need to be there. So it's a minor issue for me.
Yeah.
The opening sequence where this is just a slight bugbear of mine, but the opening sequence where Cena and his crew are chasing Bumblebee in the cars.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times we had to cut back to Cena going, cut him off! Or fucking screaming some bullshit that, yes, we understand. We're fucking tracking down.
Is this your leadership? Because I think we know that stuff. We're looking for a little bit higher level.
Can you give me something else? Like, flake him? Outflank the guy?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, what do you... Like, it just... There's one particular sequence where they cut back to him 3 times in about, 10 seconds, and all he does the whole time is go, oh, cut him off, or come on, chase after him. Like, it's like, oh, John.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, give me a break, John. Give me a break.
I did not have much else. It takes them a long time to get to Mimo.
It does, yeah.
We kind of see him, but we don't really, they don't connect for probably about an hour.
Yeah.
And maybe we possibly could have brought that forward just a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels, he does seem to sort of actually come up on her radar a little later in the piece.
Mm.
I would agree with that. Most of my stuff was really, I mean, it's just a couple of queries that I had more than any major issues.
What queries?
Obviously, the diving stuff is kind of, it did feel a little bit paint by numbers.
Yeah.
It just felt like as soon as we found out, oh, you like diving, we were just waiting, okay, well, where's that going to come back in?
Correct.
And it felt like it was going to be some sort of action sequence where you needed to do something to save the world kind of scenario. Yeah. And I get it, it was part of the sort of grief and the running away, but it just doesn't feel all that important. And it's just like, it just feels like we leave that there specifically to come back to. But again, as I said, it was satisfactory and we knew it was going to she was going to do it when it was going to reinforce some of the healing and whatever. I get it, but not my favourite part of what was going on.
No.
The queries, not big dislikes. When we saw the Transformers in their, how we know them on the big screen, I couldn't help but look at it going, geez, this is all on Cybertron, but Optimus still looks like a truck.
Do they need to be in disguise?
Everyone still had their kind of vehicle, the touches of the vehicles that they looked like.
Yeah, we're on Cybertron. We don't need this.
Yeah, it was sort of like, it was sort of, I've got no doubt that Travis Knight and other people kind of probably said this to themselves, but then just thought, no, this is what people want to see.
Yes.
And what they produced looked fantastic. So. Yeah. And the other question was, which I brought up, being that it's set in 1987 and Sector 7 has weapons that it uses successfully against Bumblebee and other Transformers, it begs the question why we went back to bullets and didn't produce anything like this through fucking 5 movies of something that could just stop a Transformer in its tracks.
Correct. And that would have also given those military guys some buy-in.
Yeah.
Some skin in the game because they could actually put them down.
I'm sure someone like Travis Knight and the guys that were making it probably looked at this and just said, I mean, that's something that's going to come up, but probably a recognition that, gee, it's silly for 5 movies that we haven't come up with anything that could. We haven't come up with one idea, one soldier that's gone, what about if we try this?
You know what? This shit's not working. do you think somebody said that somewhere?
Someone.
Holy shit, these don't work.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, I have fired
someone
off
grabbing their gun and just going,
200
fuck,
rounds and nothing has happened.
throwing it at the Transformer.
Yeah, that's a fair question. That's a fair.
So those were really outside of, you know, the things that you mentioned and the sort of the boilerplate aspect of the diving stuff. I was pretty much very, very pleased to be in the territory that we were in.
Okay. I only have one last one. I don't think we needed the mean girl to point out that her father's fucking dead.
No,
I mean, you know, there's a line.
That takes it from just standard sort of mean girl character to the real fucking caricature, and
that's where you fucking drop her.
that's when someone that's when altercations become physical.
You get fucking jobbed for that
because you are a scumbag.
Similar to when a group of small children told Jamie Lloyd that she was an orphan.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, we don't need that.
Yeah, that's in the realm of those horror movie pranks that end up with someone getting burned alive in a
And then we
tragic fire or
quietly
something.
walk away and say we're never going to mention this again.
Yeah, we can't talk about this. It's going to ruin our lives. What about that guy?
Let's go on with our lives. Okay, that's everything?
That's everything.
Yeah, fucking, that was a ripper. That was a real fucking ripper.
So good in comparison.
I'm so glad we got the opportunity to get that.
And it makes me, you know, after we watched Masters, and I quite enjoyed that as well.
Yeah.
I've sort of overlooked Travis Knight's animation output, so I better dig back in. Have a bit of a look,
because he's got a couple there that are good.
Yeah.
I think he did. Did he do Paranorman?
Yes.
And Kobo and the two strings.
Yeah, Kubo and the 2 strings.
Yeah, so check that out.
I think I did watch Paranorman actually, and quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'll have to check those out.
There was because that was out. Yeah, I think it was. Maybe I missed Paranorman. No, you know what? I think I watched Frankenweenie.
Frankenweenie.
Not Paranorman.
Close.
So I will check in on Paranorman.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's take a break. Here's the trailer for 2023's Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Calling all Autobots! You've never faced anything like this. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Only in theaters June 9th.
Transformers: Rise of the Beasts from 2023. It's directed by Stephen Caple Jr., who directed Creed 2. It's written by... The story was by Joby Harold, and the screenplay was by Harold, Darnell Metier, Josh Peters, Eric Hober, and John Hober. Produced by the exact same producing team from previous films. It stars Anthony Ramos as Noah Diaz, Dominique Fishback as Elena Wallace, Lauren Velez as Brianna Diaz, and Dean Scott Vasquez as Chris Diaz. The budget, unfortunately, jumped up significantly again. So, you know, we get one good movie and fuck, let's get the budget right up. The budget was a tidy $200 million. Box office 441. So once again, it dropped off only by about 20 million this time. But when you've just spent 200 million, you're less likely to break the even barrier. All right, Jared, what was your take on Rise of the Beasts?
So all in all, I think we managed to retain a few good touches from what we did in Bumblebee. I think they try to kick things off in a similar fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of that is pretty successful early on. we do fall into some of the things that didn't work about the previous movie. Previous movie. The movies prior to Bumblebee. And, you know, we get back into a key or something that just felt like the Allspark all over again. Where we've got opening fucking gateways and things like that,
man.
which I think was a mistake.
Yeah.
But overall, I think they do a better job of trying to maintain some relationships, trying to spend some time with Transformers, developing the characters of them a little bit, which works reasonably well at times. I think the big issue for me is the first part in New York is where it's really sort of ticking over, and I'm thinking we're on to another Bumblebee here.
Yes.
Then we go to Peru and we lose the emotional core of the brotherly connection, and what I thought was going to happen to sort of fill that void didn't really happen.
Yes.
When we get there, I think some of the action and things like that are shot far better than the previous movies. But it's just sort of suffers from a little bit of the writing towards the back end there. So I think I went for a 2.5 again. I was leaning towards more positive than the original Transformers even to start with, but I reckon we probably ended somewhere in the same range as that one.
Yeah, totally agree. 2.5. It's a significant dip from Bumblebee, but it's also significantly better than most of the others.
Yeah.
It's, yes, on par with probably the first film.
Yep.
Similar type of rocks and diamonds type of setup. We get a bit of character development. The solid action scenes are done pretty well for the most part. And there's a much more fun vibe sticking with what we got with Bumblebee. But the back half is where it falls away. It becomes quite... I mean, they throw all sorts of shit into it. And don't even get me started about that fucking stupid Transformer suit he ends up in. And then we do what we've done a million times. Oh, a character might die. But no. It's fucking irritating.
It is, yeah.
It's so irritating. It's like you can't kill any of these things. You can't. There'd be some weight to some of it. So that was disappointing. But straight out of the gate, VFX are excellent.
Yeah.
Probably the top.
Pretty
probably
sound.
the top of the tree. This is probably the best visual effects work in any of them.
And hand in hand with that, the fucking Transformer designs, again, they look clean.
They look a little better.
They look much more like Bumblebee. They look more like where everyone's recognisable. You got no dramas picking out who's who. And I think the Autobots especially, I was
definitely
really
the
impressed.
Autobots. I think I had more of a dislike for the Decepticons. They went back to a little bit of that colourless.
A little bit of the colourless, dull sort of vibe.
Yeah.
But I still think when you got a shot of them,
well, you could at
it
least
wasn't
see
instant, but you could tell who was who with a sort of moment or
yeah,
two
I
of
would probably
recognition.
agree with that. I would probably agree with that.
Yeah.
Direction is clean and crisp.
Much better.
Look, Capital Jr. it's not the world's greatest directorial effort, but it shows he has an understanding of what he's doing.
Yeah.
He shoots the material well. He understands we need to be able to see it.
Never more than in the action stuff.
Yes.
He
does a good job there.
I mean, it's fucking economical
Yes.
in comparison to usual Transformer sort of fight scenes.
Yes. And they're a little bit bigger. They're a little bit bigger stage than Bumblebee.
Very much so.
But he does it well.
But still thought through. There's some sort of sweeping movements where you see, all right, he purposely wanted to see these two characters or, see a little bit on the periphery, but then focus on these characters. And we know exactly what's going on. We never got lost in the action.
Yes, agreed. He also doesn't use a shitload of slow motion.
No.
He wisely, as Travis Knight did, wisely cuts that down. Voice cast is actually, I would say, probably the strongest of the entire series.
Voice cast is excellent.
Because you've got Cullen, Perlman, Dinklage, Pete Davidson, who actually isn't too bad. I was initially a bit concerned.
He does kind of suit. There's a few lines that are a bit
silly,
but
he suits that.
it, yeah.
That kind of cocky, cocksure type of character.
And Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh, and then we fucking finish off with old Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo.
And fucking Domingo delivers. And
Tell me
breathe.
who needed a paycheck this time around, Adam. And there's your list. There's your list of people.
But none of these guys are putting on the, like their delivery is good.
No.
It's solid.
Coleman Domingo, if you want a bit of vocal work, I can't imagine too many better guys than him to pick up for a role like that.
Like that. That big bad.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. Find me something the guy can't fucking do. Like, find me a role he can't handle.
Mm.
You can't.
You can't do it.
So
You can't do it.
This is a 10-minute role, but it just adds gravitas.
Yeah, big time.
But it's a really good cast of voice performers.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The New York landmarks, using some of that New York skyline, some key pieces, gives the city some personality.
It's a good energy. It provides a good energy, and it feels like they have taken cues from Bumblebee, but taken it to a different environment,
yes.
different setup. They're doing similar things. A couple of needle drops of, I was into it. I was enjoying it.
You'll love it.
But there was a good energy. And Anthony Ramos's mate that's in there trying to get him into the...
breathing.
He provided a bit of life.
Yes.
I thought we were on really good...
Good. We were on good footing there. We were.
And we started, I thought, introducing some of the character bonds in a similar vein as Bumblebee.
Yes. But also the thing about New York is that they give it personality, so it's not just a place where giant robots destroy the fucking area.
Yeah.
Because that's all the Bay movies did, was he always went to another city and just fucking wrecked it. Well, it had. You gave me no personality.
I
of that
can't
city.
argue with that. I can't
You
argue.
gave me no personality of the city, Michael. You just fucking destroyed it in front of us as because you can.
Yeah.
So I dug this. I kind of dug this. The characters at least feel like real people.
Yeah. And I like Anthony Ramos. I think he
was all right,
quite a good
yeah.
actor. Seeing him in a few things now, I think he was pretty good casting.
Yes. But he's got problems.
Yeah,
His character's got
yeah.
problems.
Yep.
That he's trying to overcome. They at least set some ground rules that, again, he's not fucking king shit
No.
of anything.
And we're playing in, again, safe and familiar territory of, okay, I've got to look after my family. I need a job because my brother's sick and all that sort of stuff. Giving him some motivation to do things. But I thought there was a bit of warmth to the relationship with him and his brother earlier.
There was. It was warm.
Again, learning some lessons from the right Transformers movie.
Yeah. Correct. And again, he's kind of forced into a situation where he's got to do something criminal.
Yep.
And that whole sequence there where they try to steal the car, really liked it.
Yeah.
Ends in a really solid car chase across the bridge.
It's a lot more fun than usual. Again, focused. Focused could be used on that term. I enjoyed it so much that I didn't even have a problem when he used holograms.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, I forgot about that.
At least when he did that, I was like, oh,
we'll
right,
put
he's
that
having
in
a
the
bit of fun with
dislikes.
it.
I think we'll put that in the dislikes.
Yeah.
But I liked it. It had a cool vibe. There was banter back and forth between him and his mate. He doesn't really want to steal the car.
No.
But he's kind of conflicted because he knows that it's a gig. He can get some money out of it.
Yep.
Then we realise it's not fucking a car, normal car. It's a fucking Transformer.
Well, they placed the desperation at a point where you're like, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Then we realise it's a car. It's not a car.
Yeah.
It's a Transformer. We take it on a fucking awesome little car chase with the cops.
Yep.
Works really nicely. And I like that. Especially the one where he transforms from going from reverse to back to the front.
Yeah.
That was while the car's still driving. I thought that was really cool.
Well, this is the shit that's like, this is where you look at it and think about what the Transformers can do. There was a couple of things in these last two films where they do cool stuff like that. I think it's later on in this one where it's something like Optimus transforming whilst he's still holding Bumblebee and things like that.
Yeah.
But this is all the stuff that we should have been doing all along.
Yeah. No.
Nah, don't worry about that though. I think they did it a couple of times. I remember we had a couple of examples of when, they caught someone in, Bumblebee caught someone in midair and then transformed into the car and put them in it, that sort of stuff. The previous two, Bumblebee and this one seem to do that much more than the rest of them do.
Yes, correct. There's a fantastic shot of the three Decepticons landing in the Hudson River. And they hit the water and they're glowing and it's going under, and then they walk out of the water as fully transformed. Very cool. Bumblebee's supposed death. Spoiler alert. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. Well, it's not really, because these movies never fucking get any sack to fucking follow through. But it had actually a little bit of weight, especially when he uses the line from Dead Poets Society. My captain.
Yeah.
I liked that. I thought that was kind of cool. And again, I felt like we'd finally got some balls and actually followed through on one of those. I was wrong. But at that stage of the movie, I'm like, okay, you've taken some chances. You've killed one of them. You've killed one of the key ones. So I liked the whole idea of that.
Yeah. I actually I know there was a little bit of criticism about Optimus's sort of demeanour in this one. I didn't mind it. I thought coming from a place of not really trusting humans was fine. And also, they try to play off this thing, which isn't totally successful. But again, I appreciate that it's going down these avenues that we never even tried in the earlier movies.
Yeah.
Of Anthony Ramos's character's got the same sort of mentality, that he doesn't trust them, that he's going to destroy the key.
The key.
And that, they're not sort of aligned, but eventually realise we actually sort of are.
Yeah.
Like I said, it doesn't fully play out.
No.
But the fact that we're going with that tells me at least we're trying with character work this time around.
Yes.
And so, it causes a bit of drama, a bit of butting heads, a little bit of complication as to what we're going to do with the key and where it ends up and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I sort of appreciate it. This is why I didn't really have too much of a problem with like a gruff Optimus that's...
No, that was fine. I think that actually worked out perfectly fine. It was kind of curtailed a little bit by Mirage and Co. being a bit more lively, that type of talk.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's got...
just sort of... It just evened it a bit out.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, the second half of the movie in Peru kind of fit. Yes, it wasn't as successful, but it fit in the sense of we needed the second part of the key and we needed to bring the beasts. Beasts in.
The Maximals.
The Maximals, right? Yeah. So it worked in a sense of that. And the set piece where they join the parade and start looking for the key had the Indiana Jones vibes.
It did.
And, they were finding the staircase that goes down
for a little bit.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a vibe that I can always get behind.
Yeah.
And adventure, Jared.
A bit of an adventure tone. Yes, it comes with problems.
Oh, yeah.
But
definitely.
And I wanted a bit more out of some of these things, but we get exactly what I've been asking for all series. We get away from fucking government agencies. We're out.
In fact, they're not even mentioned.
They're nowhere. We're out in, space for the Autobots and the Maximals to sort of meet, spend a good chunk of time with plenty of dialogue between the robots. No raids busting in every couple of minutes to fucking, to cut down on our character time. We actually got some time. There's a lot of chat between Ronnie Perlman. What was his character's name? Full disclosure, I never watched a lot of Beast Wars, so I don't really know how it lines up with the...
I know one of them had a
series.
fucking ridiculous name.
I can't remember. He was something else.
I put down in my dislikes. It's mentioned in the opening minutes, so I was like, that's the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard.
Yeah. I was happy with that.
Yeah, agreed. And the Maximals were a welcome addition because they're a different group.
Yeah.
So we kind of get a slightly different angle.
Again, I think they look good. Like
where
you land on the design of them and how close they look to robots or animals or whatever, that's probably personal. But I think what they ended up with, how they put that onto screen, looked looked pretty good.
Yeah, agreed. The final fight actually gives the human characters something to do.
Yeah.
Actually something to do.
It
They
does.
are required to engage in something to make the battle is raging above them, but they're supposed to do something to stop it. Right?
Yeah.
Which was absolutely fucking totally not involved in any of the Bay movies.
No.
The human characters are just a
Necessary.
waste of space.
Necessary.
We're talking about totally different movies, but we've still come back to Bay's shit repeatedly.
It's just you can't
get away from it.
Get away from the stain.
I also kind of felt a little bit of emotion when Mirage sort of dies to protect Noah. Again, I'm not sure, did he actually die or?
Well, I thought he did.
He kind of
Turned
did.
himself into the suit.
Oh, fuck if I know.
But yeah,
Stupidest part of the movie.
no. Yeah, look, pulling back a little bit from that, I thought when it's Maximal Prime, isn't it? That's what they call it. When he's chasing Air Razor, when she's taking the thing to Scourge and he has to kill her.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of emotion out of that one too.
You were
I thought
happy
it was
with
a
that,
decent
right?
scene.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that we have an action scene with the Transformers again where you can see
Clearly
everything
see
that's
what's going on.
It's not just a fucking metal mess. And before I get to the final scene, pulling it right back to the opening minutes of the movie, when Scourge first shows up, it's fucking quite creepy. And the fight with him and the first gorilla guy is as fucking clean as one of those fights gets in the entire series.
Yeah.
But if you had told me, if you had asked me to sort of pick on the first couple of minutes, I would have been like, Scourge is going to be the best villain of the whole series, 100%. Again, it doesn't play out that way because we get a little lost in some other stuff. But, when we come back to mostly, Scourge's biggest sort of scenes towards the end and the fights, it's just a fucking world away from Michael Bay.
Yes.
So much better. The Iron Man suit,
rubbish.
I didn't hate it only because
I fucking hated it.
it's the thing for me was I looked at it and I was like, thank Christ they didn't go for a fucking Transformer pretending to be a human. It made
it's better than that.
It worked with it was just like in the interest of maintaining some sort of logic to the series. That was a better idea than some of the other ones that they'd come up with.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I loved
bar,
it,
but true.
not saying I loved it, and I could see, okay, well, it's your sort of representation. Again, it's building it on a foundation that didn't truly get set.
No.
But it's like, okay, I see where you're going. The teamwork between the humans and the Transformers has reached its fucking zenith. We need to work together to get it all. I get you, but I think the stuff that came before it was where I had more of the problem.
Yeah, that's probably true. I love the They Live cameo.
Yeah.
I'm here to kick ass.
Yeah.
I thought that was
wanted
cool.
the whole. I wanted the whole
give
bit.
us the whole enchilada.
Give us the whole thing.
And the last bit, for me, the final scene where he seems to be recruited by G.I. Joe.
Really cool.
I thought that is fucking awesome.
Really cool.
Because I actually thought it was going to be a card for Sector 7.
Yeah.
But
Better,
then he sort of
much better.
says, he says, we're doing some work. Maybe you should check it out, check it out. And then he turns it over and it says G.I. Joe. I was like, fuck, that's the best fucking end of any of them.
Yeah.
It's just such a cool way to fucking deliver one set of the toy line of Transformers with the G.I. Joe, which are also Hasbro.
Yep.
I thought that was just a very cool, and I'm surprised it hadn't been done before.
Yeah.
Dislikes.
Get into it.
As I said, I think I thought some of the Decepticons did look still a little bit too busy, and there was still a lot of grey. Grey.
Yep.
I think what they tried to do was differentiate with a little bit of different colouring
Yes.
in the chest area.
Yep.
Which I guess did help. You did know it was...
Just make Scourge that blue colour that he used to be.
Yeah.
Scourge was one of... I had Scourge. I had a Transformer of Scourge.
Yeah, so why not do that?
Just make him that colour.
It always feels like except for Bumblebee.
It was a pretty muted tone, if I recall. It was like a navy blue with a light blue into it. Just you could have worked with that.
It always feels like, apart from Bumblebee, they all want to fucking do something different with it.
Yeah.
Instead of just fucking do what
worked.
Do what was the kid, the fucking nostalgia people. The young kids won't give a shit. They won't care, right? Like, they will not care.
And I think about all the time you probably spent to redesign Optimus Prime for that first movie. And it's like, yeah, it looks all right. But then when Travis Knight does it exactly how it looked.
Yeah, it looked better.
Originally, we're all sitting there going, that looks fucking fantastic.
And again, Optimus looked different in this one too.
Yeah.
They sort of had fucked around with it again. It's like, stop fucking around with this stuff and just do it.
But if you made me pick between this and all the other ones, the design of Optimus in this is way better than any of the previous ones.
I mean, again, they're chalk and cheese, these two in comparison to the previous 5.
Yeah.
It's a total difference.
The trans-warp key.
Yeah.
Feels like we're back to chasing the Allspark, or we're back to one of the other things that we're chasing that I've already fucking forgotten about.
Fucking hell. We're back again. A piece of Transformers tech that's landed on Earth that we're all searching for. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Come up with something different. Anything.
Or just do it, make it do something different. Like, it was a bridge. We'd already had a bridge. McDreamy was working on a bridge, wasn't he?
Yeah. But he only got his dailies. He only got his sides like 2 days after he'd run into Michael Bay. So, I mean, I'm not going to blame McDreamy. He was fucking
that's not his
talking
fault.
about meal mouth. Mike was there fucking crapping on about fucking bridges and shit.
Yeah.
And probably saying to Michael, what am I talking about?
Yeah.
Shut up and do it. Yeah, so I didn't like that.
No.
Like, why the fuck do we always have to go back to this?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bumblebee didn't do
No,
that.
didn't have to fucking worry
Fucking
about that.
strange.
What did it do? It sent a signal. That's it.
Ape Link. It was the fucking guy's name.
Ape Link.
That's what his
Ape
name.
Link.
And I was like, oh my God. Fucking stupidest name ever.
I don't know. We did watch Masters of the Universe. And they had to spend a lot of time
fucking
making fun of
Fisto and Ram Man. Fuck me.
characters' names. If they don't bring Flog into the next one, I'll be highly upset.
Yeah, upset indeed. There's some daily exposition in that sequence too, where he's like, Unicron, if Unicron gets the key, then we can travel through space and time. I was like,
No.
shut the fuck up about this stuff. It's fucking rubbish.
Oh,
Just-
God.
Why have you got to fucking convolute the shit out of everything?
Yeah, stop it. And on the same token, I think, like I said, the opening minutes of Scourge, I was like, he's going to be fucking awesome. If it's treated like the last one, where the two that show up are basically, they're the big bad.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about, but no, we have to bring fucking Unicron into the fray again. And Coleman Domingo, I love you, but it's really hard to make a big ring that just kind of speaks.
Yeah.
Unicron falls in my category of, like, you know, it's really hard to make like a giant sort of planet-eating thing, or you're next to Galactus in the Fantastic Four movie, which I didn't enjoy very much. And what was the one in Green Lantern that just turns into like a vapor? These things don't tend to work very well.
Where did you fucking morons realise that none of this is interesting?
I don't know.
Like, why don't we have... I know, like, I could just see it in the writer's room. Hang on, I know. Let's get a planet that eats worlds or something.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, yeah.
Because they undercut what opening... I mean, the opening touches of Scourge had like a hint of like Slasher or sort of Pennywise. Maybe he sort of just creeps out from behind in these fucking rock formation. And I was like, that's fucking cool. And then we just decide not to make him
No, he's like a
He's a
lackey.
henchman.
He's a fucking
He's
lackey.
a lackey
like they
to a
always
giant fucking ring.
It's going to destroy the fucking world. Oh, God. As soon as they start discussing transwarp keys and its history and how it works, I tune out. I go off, I stare into space.
Yeah. You want me to be interested in this?
I know. And could you imagine? I'm a 50-year-old man, so I should have a reasonable, I should be able to focus on something a little longer than the kids of today.
Well, we have phones now, Adam, so our
Could you
attention
imagine
spans
that
are up our
fucking young
arseholes.
kid sitting in the cinema hearing, well, the transwarp key does this. Having a fucking snooze.
Yeah, well, you haven't that, but those
I
kids
know.
just decide to fucking leap up and start running around the cinema.
They're like, I can't handle this anymore. I don't fucking go. Maybe this is not a dislike, but I just... Mirage seemed to be able to change into everything and anything.
Yes.
Like, was that part of the character? Because none of the others can change into anything other than one item.
Well, I thought they were based on the first movie,
Yeah.
they scanned something and that was kind of their form, but they just transformed into a robot. So it's sort of like, I can look like this car or I can look like that car. But this is where I'm talking about keeping
Continuity.
keeping some rules in what you're doing, because when you start to just play fast and loose, it introduces a lot of queries, a lot of questions about things. Because I'm still stuck on those motherfuckers that sort of they just kind of changed into the nanobody sort of.
Yeah, I know.
From
all the balls.
that was the last night, or that was that was Extinction.
Yeah,
the fucking balls. That was a whole nother one.
That was the third one.
And then the humans. I'm still stuck on that too.
I'm stuck on that too. So that didn't make a lot of sense.
No.
It actually seemed like it was just being used for plot purposes. Yeah, he transforms into a garbage truck at one point.
What was the fucking one in? It was Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the Moon was the balls.
Yeah, but remember the one that it was Laserbeak, I think, that was transforming into a fucking printer, and you just transforming whatever it needed in the moment. Was it a coffee machine at one point?
Look, I'm not going to lie, I can't remember much of that shit.
I'm trying to purge it from the memories.
I gave them all 1 star.
Oh my God.
Some of the comedy stuff doesn't work. I always wonder why they do this, Jared. Because I think things were going along just nicely.
Yeah.
Had a little hint of comedy from Pete Davidson, but mostly we were playing it fairly straight.
Yeah.
And then when we're talking about flying to Peru, we get this fucking ridiculous transforming plane that falls out of the sky and fucking crashes into the ground, transforms into an old man, spits out.
Yeah, that was where we started to fall back into old tricks that didn't work.
I was just like, why can't we just fucking get on this plane and go over there? We don't need this.
We don't need it.
Just fucking, it's not necessary.
It's so annoying. I don't know why we fall back into that. But then
kids
also,
will love this.
Of course they
guess
will.
what? We've got no sense of humour.
Of course they will. I mean, I recall laughing at some sillier stuff when I was younger, but I still laughed at people like Eddie Murphy and Leslie Nielsen and, the actual funny stuff.
Fucking comedians.
Anyway.
I forgot to mention this as my just watch, but I watched Dead Man on Campus. And shit movie. But I kept laughing at Kick Me in the Joke. Yes. I'm not above laughing at stupid shit. Right? But this is it's just a fucking eyesore.
Yeah.
We have to drop this crap in here and expect, people are going to find it funny.
Especially with every other Transformer, you're on pretty steady footing.
But also, Stephen Carpel should be looking at that scene in the cutting room and going, get fucking rid of it.
Yeah.
It's not, that's right, okay, it's not as funny as I thought it was going to be. So let's get rid of it.
Mm.
But no, let's keep it.
What's the Simpsons thing? Remember the Simpsons when they used to read scripts and they'd do fucking 10 rehearsals or whatever, and they were like, if we weren't still laughing at it by the end of the 10th rehearsal, it was gone.
It's gone, yeah. Well, that's the way to do it.
it gets a bit sluggish too when they get to Peru. I know you mentioned like the parade but when they get to the underground location there, my note on that part of it was like, we're starting to feel like a low rent Uncharted sort of thing here. And we kind of lost a bit of that adventure stuff that I was feeling all right with.
I also love the fact that a group of fucking alien robots who look like fucking silverbacks have been hanging around with fucking, poorly educated villagers.
Yeah.
For fucking 50 years.
Is that one of the tribes that's so isolated that when fucking Anthony Ramos turns up in the cold,
kill him,
everyone fucking dies? One or the other, yeah. They either accept him, they all get the flu and die, or they kill him on sight because...
No, but remember that guy who did that to that untouched tribe? He turned up. He was fucking flogging religion, though. I think that's why he was killed. I don't think he was fucking because they didn't know who he was.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the poorly educated villagers will look after you for 50 years. I understand that, but it just felt like randomly out of place. To me, they should just be living in the forest. Because that's what they were.
I didn't mind it so much from the point of it's very clearly all tied up in Maximal Prime trying to teach Optimus you can trust.
Yes.
You can trust some of them. Not all
no,
of
you
them.
Can't. You can't trust any of them. You know what? If I'm Optimus, I'm saying, what, we can really kick some ass
I
here.
mean, if the Transformers came down to our planet right now, they'd be like, no, you can't trust many of them at
Imagine
all.
who the first meeting's with.
Oh, yeah. They get bombed straight away.
Yeah. You know what? Let's close the strait.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you Transformers aren't getting any oil unless you're getting it from us.
And I said before, I fucking hated the Transformers suit, but we discussed that ad nauseum.
Yeah, no, look, it was very borderline. You know what did look a bit silly? That's where some of the effects were the worst. His head looked like it was floating in. Inside. It looked like it was a detached head inside that suit.
But my last dislike was we just cannot let these characters die.
Yeah.
And take some emotional fucking resonance from it.
No.
We just couldn't do it.
It's the old Disney death.
It sucks because there's room for that. There's room for the death of Optimus Prime.
Well, I thought when it was Mirage.
Do you remember the animated movie?
We'll brush them. Yeah, everyone fucking died, didn't they?
Well, they killed Optimus.
They did, yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. It made you fucking feel something.
Who came out? It was Hot Rod, wasn't it? Rodimus Prime.
And he became Rodimus Prime, yeah. Yeah, what?
It's a good name.
I'm going to have to watch that Transformers animated movie.
Well, I'm going back to Transformers 1 as well, which I thought was pretty good.
Did you?
Yeah.
Righto.
You're not interested in that one?
Look, I'll tell you what, why don't we do a double bill? The original Transformers animated movie and then Transformers 1.
I thought you couldn't wait to get off this.
I can't. I fucking don't want to be here.
Yeah, no, I can do that.
You know what?
Especially if I get to hear, you got the touch.
This has refilled my energies.
No, it's refueled you. You're like a Transformer that's just found found a stock of energon.
I'm just like a Transformer who found a small part of the fucking Allspark in my T-shirt.
That's all right.
It's
juiced you up again.
No, I'm probably a third fill.
I think we could, because they're both reasonably short.
They're both usually short, but they're both
Transformers
animated.
1 was pretty good, and I have not seen the other one in years, so I would like to go back to it.
That would be interesting. So I think that should be what we cover.
Okay.
To round the whole fucking thing off.
All right, fuck, we'll do that. I've still got a couple of dislikes.
Oh, really? What do you got?
Yeah, I got a few. I mentioned there was a particular chase that felt a little bit Bay-like. Let's fucking dodge that, because we're talking about good vibes there. When the brother says to Mirage, like, look after him or whatever, and sort of, I'm feeling like, all right, so when we get to Peru, Mirage is sort of going to step in and we're going to form a brotherly bond.
Yeah, nah.
But it skips steps. It feels like we don't do a lot of that before we get to the attempted killing of Mirage that we're still not sure. Actually,
Well, I
they
think
went
he was
through
still alive. Fuck, I don't
in
know.
suit form.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, it feels like we just don't really develop the emotional bond between Ramos's character and Mirage to the point where, you know, he's stepping in.
Yeah,
for that role.
agreed.
By the same token, the stuff with Optimus and Anthony Ramos again, where they're sort of butting heads, but they realise that they're doing it for the same reasons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's not fully formed either.
No.
So this is where my sort of the letdown in the second half comes for me, is that
Well,
we
they
do some
jettison
things,
that.
Yeah, we do some things that I thought you're doing some things right here, but we leave those things that we know are going to be important at the end. Air Razor making the comment about Scourge really leaves his mark. I can talk about giving up the game on that one. As soon as you said that, I was like, right, you're fucked, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And in the same vein as what I said about those previous two things and the emotions and stuff, the relationship between Anthony Ramos and Danielle Fishbach's character feels really light.
Yeah, it's very light.
Really light.
Extremely light.
The way they're treating each other at the end still feels like you guys don't know fucking anything. Okay, well, you talked about your dad for 5 minutes. Like,
you guys don't even know each other.
No, that's right. It feels like you've literally just met and then you're in Peru together.
Look, we went on a first date. That was it.
Yeah.
She never called me back. You know, like that's how it feels. It kind of feels a little bit like when we get to the end that they don't even talk to each other anymore.
Yeah, but it's still when I get to the end of the movie, I'm still feeling like 2.5. Jeez, thank God for that. So yeah, it was a pretty enjoyable.
Look, it had some warts.
It does.
It's not like, and as I said, it's not in the same sphere as Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Right. But for all its warts, there is still some things to like.
Yep.
And in a similar vein to the first movie, it's kind of like a good thing, bad thing, good thing, bad thing.
Yes.
Like it just kind of jumps back and forth. The opening hour is much better than the second half. The second half is a real letdown because it kind of drops, not off a cliff, but kind of like those guys at the Birdman rally.
If you had kept
fucking fly down like that a little bit,
they launch and then they just manage to, if you've constructed your thing well, you get a little bit of a float.
One of those guys with some fucking, like a couple of wings that he's made. Yeah, that guy. That type of guy.
We haven't had a good Birdman rally in a while, have we?
Yeah, because someone realised how fucking stupid it was.
I think somebody, all I could put
they
it down
used to
is
put that on television,
somebody
Jared.
hurt themselves.
Yeah. They used to broadcast that shit. What the fuck?
So good.
Imagine if you'd be doing that today. People would just be like, fucking switch it over.
Well, I'd tune in.
Yeah, we come from that time.
So, before we move on, obviously, we've committed to watching the other two now, but they're sort of not in the same continuity.
Yeah,
We've got seven movies now in the same continuity.
Yeah.
What's the ranking?
Okay, Bumblebee top, for sure. Rise of the... No. Bumblebee top. Transformers second.
Yep.
Rise of the Beast third. And then fucking take your pick. They're all... No. Hang on. Okay, Bumblebee, Transformers, Rise of the Beast, Age of Extinction, Dark of the Moon, Last Night, fucking Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah. I'm pretty close. I got Bumblebee at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd probably actually go Rise of the Beast second.
Shit.
Although it's very close to the first.
Yeah.
The first Bay one was definitely the one that I enjoyed the most. So I'd probably say Rise of the Beast maybe slightly.
Yeah.
Transformers, Dark of the Moon.
Yes.
I think I mentioned that and Age of Extinction were pretty close. I just enjoyed Dark of the Moon slightly more. Last Night, pretty terrible, and Revenge of the Fallen is just fucking...
The pits.
The pits.
It is the fucking worst movie by far.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I didn't give it 0.
I'll be trying not to watch it again until fucking, I'm lucky enough to keep on going for another 10 years.
Yeah,
I'll probably
we
watch
get
it
another
again.
fucking
And then be
Bay.
like, oh,
We'll do a
God.
Bay Gold, Silver, Bronze episode. Next thing you know, we have to fucking watch it again.
Yeah.
All right, that was Bumblebee and Transformers Rise of the Beasts. You can find us on Podomatic, iTunes, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Send us an email at thrillme@iinet.net.au or on Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia, Podomatic at thrillme.podomatic.com and Instagram at thrillmepodcastau. Make sure you rate and review us on any of the platforms you find us. Keep an eye on the Facebook page for details of the next film, but as we've just pointed out, we'll probably cover the 2 animated Transformers films. But until then, take it easy, everyone, and we'll catch you all later. Cheers.
Find the podcast at Podomatic or on iTunes. Don't forget to rate and review. Like us on Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia or contact us at thrillme, all one word, all lowercase, at iinet.net.au.